No cigarette smoke.
Oh, no, that's all right, Doug. No, it wouldn't be on these.
No cigarette smoking in my room. Yeah. I still want Marley. Bless FM radio, playing good.
Yes, greetings one and all. Yes, souls of the earth. How you doing, y'all? You're in tune to Bless Radio 1. Yes, greetings one and all. You're tuned now, tune into Spirit True Reality Show. I trust you all had a good, what they call bank holiday and so forth. But anyhow, if you're just getting indoors and you're just sitting back, just getting yourself relaxed, then just do so. Whatever you do, get your little cup of tea or whatever. And don't change that dial. Stay tuned in to Bless FM Spirit True Reality Show. Okay. Greetings, caller.
Yo, bro, I'm trying to. Are you on the air?
Yes, I'm on the air.
Oh my God! Now I'm trying to get the station. I can't get it. You know.
Who are you? Who, is this Gita?
Yes, Gita.
Hey, brother Gita. Tune in. You should be able to tune in app or www.blessradio.org. You can yeah. www.blessradio.org. Okay?
Okay, bro.
All right.
Peace.
Thank you. Peace.
Catch you later.
All right. Yes, listeners, we're now just tuning into. You're now just tuning into now Spirit True Reality Show, And I'm going to play some tunes for you for a moment. Starting off with the intro. This Tuesday's topic is going to be about love. Love the verb, love the noun. What is love? And we're going to get into some etymology and so forth about this. Okay? All right. So just relax and enjoy yourself, and yeah, enjoy the tunes then. All right? Roots. Yes, greetings people. Yes, just warming up and getting things into the flow, you know. Yeah, this evening we're gonna talk about love, you know. I'm gonna talk about love the verb and love the noun. You know, a lot of things I'm hearing now, what you hear going on around about love is that love is a verb. So love is about what you do. Love is an action, yeah. So now it's about to show that you have love is what you do. And I'm like, so well, is that true? Really? In every situation? You have this thing, this idea, we have a lot of these concepts we hold about love. And having it in this terminology now as a verb or a, you know, as an action, what you do. That then kind of in a way is like, say, you have these ideas that if you love someone, you must do something for them, right? Now, what does that mean? You have people doing things for people, and then based on what has been done for them, is like they hold to ransom based on, well, I did this for you. You know, you have some people get very disappointed in what they call love, and when them upset, them saying, if you loved me, Well, you wouldn't have done this. If you loved me, you would have done such and such and so and so. So all this idea about love being this verb. Love is, I'm going to go into this thing to this evening, because just because you do something for someone, it doesn't necessarily mean you love them or you don't. I mean, there is caring, and then some people just do things for folk without any attachment to what they do. Yet this idea about love being a verb is an action, and if you loved me you would do this, or show your love, and it's like things are getting a little twisted here, because you have people turn around and say them love you, and next minute if they don't get the response that they're expecting to get from you, next minute you're just getting cussed out about, after everything I've done for you and everything and this and that, and as if to say, they're an epitome of love, and really what you're dealing with is a condition, So love being a verb, love being a noun, it's like, so now I'm gonna kind of go into this word here and take you on a little journey to like, well, what is love? So I'm not just gonna deal with the English word, because obviously when you deal with the English word love, it kind of, oh my gosh, you could love a lolly stick, you know what I'm saying? You can, people use the word so loosely, oh, I love this piece of food, boy, I love that movie, boy, I love this piece of clothes, I love these shoes, I love this record, I love this, love for everything. But then the energy behind this, all of that, is not really the loving energy. And now I'm going to use the word energy, because you're dealing with a vibration, you're dealing with an energy. And when we're going to talk about even sound, which where words are produced from, you have to go beyond the sound to say, well, what produces sound? So you go to the source of the sound, and you find you're dealing with vibration, right? Vibrations. So when you're dealing with love is a vibration, energy vibration. But the way we identify with this idea of love, saying it's a verb, I think is getting things in a very, it's like what you end up having in is very mental and very egotistical, judgmental, comparing, and all of these type of things around this idea of love being a verb. How some will disagree and some may agree, and it's good, want to stimulate new thought, So you have a lot of people chat about love, saying, and it's like the word love, and really if you don't feel it, then you can't say, yeah, deal with it. But then what is this feeling love? See? So really, I want to go into the discussion, and let's go into an exploration, okay? And I'm going to have a guest caller calling in, soon, in the next, say, 20 odd minutes or so, in order to give a different type of perspective on love in a different language, like French, for example. Because it's important to go to the roots of where various words that we use, their terminology and the meaning that has been adapted to it, that has, been associated now, the type of definition or meaning associated with a word that has strayed so far away from the roots, from the original intended, I can say, notion of it. You understand? Yeah, you get me? So it's a thing where, if we go into this thing here, man, because it's a word and everybody it's getting thrown about all over the place. Even people busting up on pure arguments and this and that over this thing called love, this word. And yet the word ain't necessarily the actual energy, vibration of what we use the word love as a term to describe this vibration, this energy. You see what I mean? So is love really a verb? Because this is where I hear people are going with. Love is a verb. Love is what you do. And there's things that people do which is like it turns into a competition. You buy somebody something. Now they're looking and expecting you to buy something now for them. And if you don't buy something for them, now you don't love them. You know, all these things kind of get tear up now. You don't love them because you have not reciprocated with a gift or with doing something for them where they have done for you whatever they did, yeah, to say, see, it's because I love you. And this thing gets turned into a whole heap of manipulation, you know. You feel obligated now to have to do something for somebody because it means if you don't do this thing, you don't love them. Now, what is this really about? What's going on? What's going on? You see? Now, when you say it's a noun, you're saying it's a name. It's a power. A noun is the name or the noun would be the name, and also would be the power you use to describe something. You see? So when we're gonna talk about this, we're gonna go into another stage of this. Gonna go into this aspect about the vibrational energy, different to this physical earthly kind of description that is being used for it. Because if love is a verb and therefore an action, you can do things for people and just use the word, well, it's because I love you. And you don't even like the somebody. It's just you don't even feel that energy. It just becomes something someone uses to manipulate your emotions, your mind, make you feel obligated to them. And if love is an action, then what kind of action is going to describe love? What kind of action? If anybody, listening in, it'd be good, call in, feel no way. Call in and put your thoughts to this, you see? So, love is something that we all seem to, it's either some people associate pain with love. As far as they're concerned, love is not worth the trouble. Based on their idea of love, their experiences in a relationship is a thing where they've experienced pain, heartache, So as far as them concerned, when them think about love, too much pain, too much pain. But yet, what would this world be without love? But then, again, what is love? Because it looks like there's a difference between personal love, as in what, is experienced personally, why different people will have a different idea of what love is to them and how love should be expressed or what love is. But you see, you have this conditional idea of love when you keep it on the personal level. And then there is this energy, all-encompassing, unlimited aspect of love or nature of love when you deal with the impersonal level. See? But it's like when we use love from a personal point of view, it just becomes something that can quickly switch from love to the other polarity, hate. When things don't, come up to scratch for you or whoever. Them love you today, hate you tomorrow. There's an old Jamaican saying which is, the same out that praising at the morning, cussing at the evening, Something to that effect. And basically, praise can soon, easily and quickly turn and change into whole heap of cussing and pure problem and bad mouth. You understand? So 1 minute you're saying you're in love or you love somebody. Next minute when you're upset or when the conditions you put upon them fi say, yeah, I'll share with you with love if you do this or if you behave this way, then you're worthy of the love. But if you don't behave this way or do this or do that, then what happen? You're in the doghouse. Yeah? So it turns into some little manipulation based upon this idea of love from a personal level. You know? What people talk about as love. Yeah? And I don't feel this is really what the true reality of love as its energy to be experienced is. If you're going to love today and hate tomorrow, then what kind of love is that? It's just a personal conditioning to, like, when you feel pleased with the behavior of someone, you're kind of warm to them. And when you're not pleased with the behavior of somebody, you kind of diss them. You distance. You build a little distance between you and them. You know, it's like a manipulation. You know, a psychological manipulation, an emotional manipulation, which comes from this neediness, this kind of holding on to, feeling afraid of being alone or being with yourself or losing what you are so much, you know, got this strong grip on. Or you have this idea where love now become this is a feeling you're craving, a craving feeling. And if you don't get this feeling, then you turn miserable. Or you even hear people walk around believing nobody loves me, nobody loves them, you know. And you think, well, if you don't love yourself, then how you expect somebody to really love you? Would you even be able to receive the love that you don't believe you deserve because of how you feel and what you believe about yourself? You know, it's these questions. I'm just bringing up questions. Of course, I have my view on it, but I'm also interested to hear other people's views, you know, because relationships, man. Relationships, and people are talk about relationships and how to have this successful or lasting relationship, and everybody have them little recipe. And then, you know, you see little things going on, and you have a lot of people projecting their own ideas about love. On a couple, they look good, but you don't know what the in and outs is going on behind the doors and everything. You know, there's another, you know, that's another level. You can look good out a street. You can dress up and look, woo. A lot of people look upon really the external of things, you know, the appearance of things. They say, oh, that looks like a good couple, isn't it? You know, they're projecting their ideal of what they may be wishing they had, you know. And they project the ideal onto this couple because them look good. And they said, oh, look how they look so loving. But really, you don't know what go on within the temples of the individuals you're chat about. You don't even know what's really going on behind the walls, behind the doors. You don't know. So this whole idea of love is very confusing. However, at the same time, it is very, very, very vital. You understand? Anyhow, our brother Peter Tosh, he might tell you something. Listen to this.
Let every little thing you do with love, and every little thing you say with love. Let every little thing you do with love, and every little thing you say with love. True, true love, love, sweet, sweet love, love, holding me this way with love, keeping me this way. just to keeping me this way with love, sweet, sweet love, love, true, true love, love. Love, sweet love, true love, love. We gotta reach somewhere with love, and everybody got to be there with love. We gotta reach somewhere with love. Everybody got to be there with love, true, true love, love, sweet, sweet love, love, true, true love, love, sweet, sweet love, love.
Yeah, sweet, sweet love, huh? You see, love sound and feel so sweet when we say love, you know? I mean, the energy of it. But what we're getting in here now is to ask, are we really dealing with love when we chat about love? Love is a verb. Love is, oh, if you love someone, you will show them. Show them you love them. What do you mean? Show them you love them. You know? It just turns into some personal conditional idea that you use to either punish or reward somebody with. You either give them your love, and what is that? You're just being good, pleasant to them. See? There's a word of kindness, and there's caring. Are these aspects of love? I mean, you have people who it's their job to care for people. You know? This is part of their work. They care for people. And there may not be no love in it whatsoever. It's just a job. So, therefore, because they do what they do, does that mean that they love you? If love is a verb, you understand? You know, is love a verb? This is the thing what I'm talking about today, because people are trying for kind of, you know, have these things going on around about love is a verb and judging other people's actions based upon what someone else does or doesn't do, you know? And, you know, what's the realness of this? What is the reality of this love? Yeah, what is the reality of this love? If it can start to get turned into some kind of expectation of what you do or don't do for someone, because love's a verb, love's action. Love is what you do. Eh? What kind of action? There's many kind of actions. And where does the action really coming from? What's motivating this action? My question is love spiritual or is love physical? Or is it both? But what is this love? Because it gets dashed around a lot. Yeah? Anyway, go on, tune in to our next tune here. While I, you know, still warming up. And for my guest caller to be able to, you know, when they're ready to call in, and we can go into this word and the roots of this, you know, terminology, this word love, and let's kind of get a little deeper within it. But my brother John Holt, he might talk about I want to love I can feel. And yeah, man, you have to feel this a thing. But some people, as I said, their idea of love is pure pain. Yeah? But I don't feel it's love them I deal with. It's disappointment in something that they thought, you know, somebody else was responsible for rather than themselves. You see what I'm saying? You see, our misconceptions of things is what usually bring us into disappointment, you know? And then we blame Then we blame this somebody who we, believe says the source of this disappointment. But anyway, let's listen to my brother John Hart. Yes. Well, there you go. I want a love that is real. I want a love I can feel. I want a love that never goes cold, So, we're getting a little closer to something about love there, son. Love is a fire. Love is a heat. Love is a energy. But does this love, is it real if it changes? You see, there's this term unconditional love, which I find you hear some people say there's no such thing. There's no such thing as unconditional love. Or it's difficult. You can't love someone unconditionally. Love has conditions. So if love has conditions, maybe it's really the conditions you find a lot of people put upon this idea of love. Because it's not really love, it's conditions. It's your personal likes and your personal dislikes, your personality, yeah? And then if somebody performs in a way that pleases your personality, then you would say, yeah man, I like them. You will be warm to them, all right? But if somebody's behavior isn't in the way that, that rubs you in the right way, in the sense your personal like bucket, they're not fit inside of that no more, then based on their behavior that you don't like, you personally like, then what happened? They're now your personal dislike. So now their behavior causes you now to no longer see them in a favorable way or to be warm to them, yeah? Because their behavior hasn't matched up to what you personally require in order for you to be, hey, let me give you the rewards, let me validate you, let me verify you, or you don't feel they're deserving of your love. Yeah, this is personal business. And then this personal conditioning that you have in yourself, You have people turn around and use this certain thing for control and manipulation and call it love. Is it love? Or what kind of love we are dealing with here? What kind of love are we dealing with here? Is love really a verb, just a verb or a noun? What's the roots of this word? Really, what's the original? What is the original? Yeah? Source of or intended meaning of this word. What was its intended meaning? What was it truly intended to convey? Huh? Before we've had all of these all of these second, third, fourth, fifth hand, all these different type of superimposed meanings, conditioned business on it, and yet we use the word love as if to say, you know, we use it a lot, man. Love yourself. You gotta love your people. You gotta love yourself. But what is this love? Gotta look like a lot of people seem to equate love with pain. So is love pain? And some people will say, well, it could be. Really? Is love really pain, or is pain something induced and caused by your own self, based upon your miscomprehension, based upon your mental conditioning, based upon your experience of things that has happened to you, and maybe somebody used the word love and then disappoint you heavy, and then you then create a meaning of love based upon that experience. But what is the love power? What is this real thing? And the love of what? What's the source of this love, this energy? What is it? Check out this here thing. Here's another love, or not another love, but it's what you love. And where is the source of this love? Because some would say, and I would agree in this matter of fact, that love is the way life feels about itself, regardless of what conditioned minds and what views we hold based upon the conditioned minds that we carry. You see? So love, you have enough people chat about it, but what is its reality? Are you directly experiencing it, and does it change? Does it change from love to hate? Or is it just a strong like that can turn into a strong dislike? And is like the same as love? Questions, people, questions. Anyway, check out this your love, yeah.
Yeah. I'm good, bro. I'm good. Yeah. You know. Oh, okay. I didn't know you were still on. Yeah, I thought you'd be off the air while the tune is playing. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. It's a pleasure to be on, bro. I was listening to your introduction and your warm up, and so we good to go now? Yeah, this is a very very this is a huge topic, you know, and at the same time, it's so basic and fundamental. But I think we have to what can I say? Establish certain boundaries before well, I would like to establish certain boundaries before we actually get into the topic. Yeah. Now, coincidentally, you know, I spent 15 years of my life as a Vaishnava monk. Yeah. And the Vaishnavas, they practice bhakti yoga. You know, it's a branch of the Vedic culture, and the principal focus is on devotional service. And the highest devotional service that one can actually perform is unconditional love of God, prema bhakti. Yeah. Now, before we get into the subject matter, let's get some certain things clarified. When we talk about love, from the Vedic perspective or the Vaishnava perspective, there are certain 6 different categories. Okay, there's the love in neutrality. Okay, love, somebody can say, oh yes, he loves the sunset. You know, he loves a particular, you know, scene in the country or whatever. You know, this is a love, an example of love in neutrality. Okay, then you have love in servitude. Somebody can be serving a boss or a master, you know, and he has so much respect and love for his master. Yeah, love in servitude. Okay, then you have love in friendship. You have a friend who is so dear to you, you know, and you love that friend. Okay, and then there's love in parenthood. You know, the love that a parent has for the child. Okay, and then there's conjugal love, the love that 2 lovers have for each other. Okay, and then there's omni love. Okay, the love that embodies all aspects of love. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then to top everything that embodies omni love and all the other different loves is unconditional love of God.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
So these are the different, you know, categories of love. So when we say, you know, love, you know, and also we have to one other factor I want to bring in to the conversation.
Yes.
From the Vedic perspective, I'm going to be taking different aspects of the Vedic perspective, because this is the only body of knowledge that really gets into the subject matter of love. I mean, there's vast oceans of literatures and on the topic of love, you know, and it goes back for thousands of years, and basically it all culminates in love of God.
Right.
Okay.
Yes. Yes.
Now, when we talk of love, we have to establish something else as well, and this is what we call the gunas, or the modes of material nature. Mm-hmm. Nature has, or life has, or energy has, however you want to put it, has 3 categories, principal categories. Yeah, there's the mood, it's called sattva, rajagun, sattvagun, and tamagun. Rajas, sattvas, and tamas. So mm-hmm. Rajagun is the mood of goodness. Mm-hmm. Okay. Sattvagun is the mood of passion.
Yes.
And tamagun is a mood of ignorance. Okay. So everyone can be categorized in one of these three gunas.
Yes.
Beginning from the way you speak, the way you eat, the way you think, the way you behave, the friends you keep, all of these things you can, in other words, if you understand these three gunas, you can look at somebody without knowing the person or anything about him, and simply by looking at him and the way he behaves, you can know which of the gunas he fits into. For example, somebody who is very, kind of very dirty, very lazy, likes to eat all kind of, abominable kind of disgusting kind of foodstuffs. He would be categorized in the mood of in tamas, tamagun, in the mood of ignorance. Okay. Now we have religions in those moods also. You have religion in the mood of ignorance, religion in the mood of passion, and religion in the mood of goodness. So somebody who is in the mood of in the mood of tamas, tamagun, he would subscribe to a religion or belief system in that mode. So he would be somebody like who would kind of frequent the juju man or some kind of magical or occult kind of
some Obia man or some
sacrifice, that kind of thing.
All right.
These are all belief systems in the mood of tamas.
Yes.
Somebody who's in the mood of who's sattvagun, in the mood of passion. Who is loving and who is being loved? Who are you actually talking about?
Yeah.
Not you specifically, but who are we really talking about?
Yes.
So let's identify who is actually, we're talking about. Who is this person that's loving and who is this person that's being loved? Are we talking about the body? Are we talking about the mind? Are we talking about the spirit? What are we actually talking about?
Exactly. This
terms clear,
exactly,
so we know where we're going.
Yes, exactly. This is why because love being a verb, you hear this a lot, and this thing idea that always love shows it's what you do for someone, and I'm saying, but that doesn't necessarily mean you're dealing with love there. And then when what you do becomes used as something to beat somebody over the head with next time. Oh, you never did this for me. Look what I done for you. This idea of love being a verb, So what you're just saying there is like what kind of, would you say that the idea of love that a lot of people are dealing with now is more in the first category that you was talking about, of the ignorance,
Well, before that, I would say that before we can get to the categories, the mental questions, that a person needs to ask him before we even get into, before we can really get into the subject matter of love. The subject matter of love is quite a little way down the road. There's certain basic things we have to establish first. I would say, in this discussion. So the fundamental questions: who am I? Why am I here? What is the purpose of life? Where do I go after death? And then, of course, who is God, right? So there's no right or wrong answers to these questions, you see? Because as we progress on our journey, using the metaphor of journey for our life, which I think most people will agree that their life is a journey, So depending on where you are on your journey, you will have, your perception of your life and yourself in relation to your journey and in relation to everything else will be constantly changing, Now, from my experience, life is a journey, and it's a transcendental journey in the sense that, imagine going on a journey where you've arrived at your destination before you even left.
Right.
You can imagine such a journey. I'm saying this because, anyway, my journey in life has brought me to the point where I realize that there's only the present moment.
All right.
You know?
Yes, the here and now.
But I didn't realize that because I had not experienced, you know, all of what I had to experience on my journey to let me, you know, experience being out of the moment, lost basically, you know. So when you find yourself, when you get your bearings, you find out who you are, why you're here, what is your purpose here, you know, where you go after death, you know, if there's any death at all, you know, and who is God, then you realize that actually there's nowhere to go.
Yes.
It's just your awareness that either expands or contracts.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
And depending on where your awareness expands or contracts, you're going to make certain choices, you know, your free will choice. We all have free will choice. So according to where our awareness happens to be at a particular point on our journey, yeah.
You know, but I want you to continue, if you can, you know, with what you're saying, because it's very interesting. Carry on.
Yeah.
Brother.
So what you interjected there actually helps me to kind of consolidate